Saga.
All right. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
Yay. I just realized I was not looking at the audio mixer.
It'd be
Yay.
worse if we were muted, but we're not.
You're not. I didn't fuck up this time.
Proud of you.
Yay. I do
Yay.
good shit sometimes. Not really, but that's okay.
We proud of you.
Yay. I'm Kels. I am the moron behind the controller, behind the computer, behind, you. Just turn around. I am behind you.
I am you.
I play our protagonist, Naruhiro Ryuichi. I also play Bailiff Elmo on occasion, and sometimes Elmo is just everywhere. Elmo is also behind you.
Elmo is the best boy. What are you talking about? The best character. Hello, my name is Manabingu, your resident voice actor / apparently man whore, because that's apparently what I play. I play the man whore, Sherlock Schultz, and I occasionally show off my forearms, and I play bit parts here and there, like the jury and some people who are being accused of murder. So.
And the prosecutor.
Yo, yeah, and the biggest whore of all, the prosecutor.
Oh my god. And on that note, my name is Lemur. I play everybody else.
Woo!
Literally everyone else.
All right. So we're just gonna jump in again today. It looks like we don't have a recap. That's totally fine, fam. I will admit, I should probably be like paying attention to what we do, and quite honestly, I occasionally forget by the time we get here. So if I remember correctly, let me pull up our. I keep a walkthrough now to see like if we're getting close to a part separation. Okay, so we talked to the Skulkin brothers again. Found out that they were lying to us. Surprise.
Shocker.
Interesting.
We got everyone to be on our side, and then prosecutor fucked it all up again, and suddenly they all thought Dina was guilty again, and we did it.
Also, we are definitely convinced that he wants to kill us.
Yeah.
Because we ruined his perfect streak of winning.
Yeah.
100% he does.
Yeah. Let's see. We also found out that Sherlock Holmes was not actually shot. The bullet that was shot at him hit his pouch, which had like this little glass vial in it, which shattered, which means this man just had surgery for no reason. But
oh yeah,
like the good part is that he doesn't have a pair of scissors in him like I was afraid he was going to with that juror for a while. Then we figured out that the mystery blood at the scene, which has been green in all of our like examination kind of things, actually belonged to Ashley. Who we're gonna actually find out his real name.
It's gonna be sad not calling him Ashley.
It is. He's still Ashley in my heart. So, and we found out the juror, I think number 5? One of the jurors actually knows him because apparently he's a communications officer in London, as well as her. Let's see. That's about it. So he is coming to the stand. We don't know his name, but that is going to be the highlight of tonight. We think his full name is Professor Egbert Ashley Charles Augustus Milverton Aggie Grinch Gina Ted Skulky Chip Baskerville Benabitch Moriarty III. And let me just say, because I can't see when these get added, some of these I have no fucking idea where we got to them. Like, where the hell did we get Ted?
No idea.
Ted.
The rest of them I think like Chip is a little iffy too. I don't entirely know, but Ted is the one that I sit there and go, what the hell? Our racism count is 19. Our classism count is 8. Our hallowed chalice count is 7. We have a lot of counts going on at this point.
Yeah.
And apparently having glass shatter on your body does still require surgery. So, yeah. All right, so let's get going.
Hurry up.
And let's find out what Ashley's real name is. He's always going to be Ashley in my heart.
Absolutely.
All right, 17th of April, 12:41 p.m. The Old Bailey, defendant's antechamber. Why does that fill in so goddamn slowly? Gina, how are you holding up? So she's happy with
not
me.
holding up. That's the secret captain.
I'm starting to feel quite warmly towards her frequent cold shoulders now.
Damn.
Oh, Jenny! Are you alright? Why are you not saying anything?
Is she embarrassed?
What's the point, eh? Why go through all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me?
Because we love you. You're my other child.
Sweetheart, you.
What?
Well, you saw it, that picture.
What picture?
Oh, you mean this? The photograph taken by Harley's red-handed recorder.
Let me just say, red-handed recorder is the stupidest name for this, and it is absolutely
It is.
Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, it is.
Well, I didn't think you would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure.
It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it, ain't they?
Well,
Yeah.
I won't pretend it wasn't a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court.
Surely you gotta have your doubts about me now. You can't still think I'm innocent.
Of course I can.
Mm,
My dead ex-boyfriend told me to.
true that, bestie. True that.
Kazuma, you're still in my heart.
Honestly, that's the most important part, in my opinion.
Herlock Sholmes might be my new lover, but Kazuma, he'll always be with me.
Jenny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night.
Eh?
Do not me. Reno's cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still. We'd really like to hear it from you. Please and thank you. The cherry.
All right then.
Oh, damn. Well, that was fast.
It was after we had that dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we?
Yes, I remember.
Flashback. After that, I just couldn't go to sleep. So I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-to-1 to Windabank's place. And I had, if
that's
Iris'
me.
story...
If Iris' story was there or not, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
I don't know what's it about or nothing. Wow, we're moving. It's so fancy.
Wow, this is a first.
But if you ask
we're
me,
actually moving.
there's something in it that Sholmes don't like. Something what you don't want people reading. Are we now implying that Sholmes did this? So that's why he lied to Iris about sticking it in lug with Windabank for safekeeping. At least that's what I thought at the time.
So, you broke into Windabank's?
I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all that was going to kick off, did I? I struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as you like in there. So I gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of wick, and that's when...
What do you think you're
What do
doing?
you think you're doing?
I
I nearly died, I did. And the next thing I knew...
I love how that was an ensemble choice that we all made.
Nailed it.
I
Well,
grabbed the...
there were several people there, so, you know.
In the
I
dead of the
grabbed the
night.
gun off the counter and was waving it in the air like, I don't know what. I believe I was Windabank
I think you were
10,000
Windabank.
years ago.
Before he
Oh,
died.
we're Windabank.
He's not been
You're the
doing a lot
girl
of posthumous talking.
You're the girl who was in here this afternoon. I didn't think pickpockets went for armed robbery. The mantle script? Sorry, my screen got blurry,
Yeah.
so... have you got it here? Did Shelms leave a load of papers with you? A story? Oh, wait. I think that went back and forth. I hate that didn't tell me who
I know.
that was. I beg your pardon. I think it was Gina. The Island of the something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. I'm sorry, young lady. But I'd sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers. I don't want it. What would I do with it anyway? I just want to see it. Ear, that's all. See its ear, that's all. Oh, you want to see it, do you? I want to know if Shelms really pawned it here or not. Please, just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you?
Yeah, probably a good point.
So that's when the old cove unlocked a storeroom door, and we both went inside. And it was there all right. Is that...
It's still
Mantle
mantle script, yep.
That's the mantle. Yeah, because she's
Would it be
mispronouncing
manuscript?
it, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
it is
Yeah.
manuscript, but she's mispronouncing it.
Sorry, y'all. It's
It's her
a
character
Tuesday,
choice.
but also, like, it's a Tuesday that feels like I've been at work for 10 years.
God, I feel
This
that.
week. So I'm sorry. So it's just gonna be worse than usual. Shelms weren't lying after all.
You did all that just to check for me, Jenny.
Anyway, then there was a bit of a kick up out in the main bit of the shop.
The Skulkin brothers arriving on the scene, yeah.
What was that noise? Someone's breaking in.
What's all this?
DMB, is there some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about?
A burglar convention.
I mean, to be fair, if this man had a quarter for every time that someone broke in tonight, he would have 2 quarters, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
Damn.
I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry. I better go and take care of it. Could I possibly have my gun back?
No.
Oh, well, I'll come with you and... Now, don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances. And with that, he took the gun out of my hands and walked back into the shop. I hung back in the storeroom, like he said, straining me ears in the dark to hear what was going on. It sounded like they got into a bit of a scrap, so I started to think I should help, see? We spent dinner last night planning to become a family of pickpockets. The burglary convention was at Baker Street.
Yeah, kind of.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that.
So I was just about to go into the storeroom myself when... Bang bang. I heard a couple shots go off. 2, I think, almost at the same time. And then there he was, right at me feet, lying face down on the floor. I was right next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it, shut it, and locked it quick as you like.
Because you thought whoever had shot Mr. Windibank might come for you?
Yeah. So I went to grab the old cove's gun. Oh, he abandoned me, my boy. I figured I'd put up a fight at least. When I got a better look at him, I knew. Windibank was a goner.
No, he's scared.
Leia farted, everybody.
What the?
It felt funny in me head all of a sudden, kind of dizzy. Oh god. Oh, it's bad.
Wow.
After that, I don't remember nothing. If my audio sounds funny, it's because my face is in my shirt.
That must be when you passed out, Gina.
If I hadn't done what I'd done, the old cove might still be alive.
Did you tell the police everything you just told us?
Of course I did, but they didn't believe a word of it, did they? Bitch. All they said was if I keep telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me. Maverick? Maverick, stop.
It'll be all right, Ginny. Don't worry. Just stay strong a little longer. Reno's about to put the real culprit through the mill.
That cove, what was there in the afternoon? That Eggert Benedict.
Ashley? Yeah. Look at him.
I still
Wow, there's a
still
fire.
remember how he looked at me like I was nothing. He was there that night.
Making racist talks. It's fine. We don't know his real name yet. But I'm convinced that it's Ashley. But I'm convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. I appreciate your honesty.
What? What?
You heard us.
You can leave it all in Reno's capable hands now, Ginny.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where'd you get capable?
Oh shit, that's a call out pose.
Mr. Nara Odo?
Is that me? Yes.
Present?
See, okay. My like tricky part. Probably. Anyway.
Yeah, you gotta say that again. Your
okay.
mic broke up.
God damn it.
You became a robot
I wasn't
again.
doing nothing either. I was just sitting here. I was just saying that I think it's dumb that she can't pronounce his last name because all she's probably ever done is heard it.
Yeah.
You're right.
So she's just not listening, as opposed to like,
Yeah.
when you've only ever read a word. Like I remember it was a big deal, both for like Hermione and for Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
From their respective franchises, when people were like, that's how you say, well, at least, Hermione for Americans. That's how you say that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, How come you trust me? I don't get it.
Because Iris trusts you, so.
Because my dead ex-boyfriend tells me to.
Iris, Susie writes so much fan fiction about how capable your hands are.
Oh, dang!
Iris, don't read those!
Oh, dang.
Iris, those are beyond your, those are rated too high for you.
Honey, please don't.
Yeah, true. You could have an accent that you can't shake.
Yeah.
True.
Have you? Yeah, I am an American that tries to pronounce Japanese occasionally. I have.
Proof. There's the proof.
That's why I was a little late as I was doing my Japanese Duolingo lesson. So yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from, my guy. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it's only 2 months ago. Gina, it's like 4 for us.
Yeah. More than that, I think.
Me and McGill did. We told you a whole pack of lies.
I think that was like 6 months ago.
What is time? And you got the bog trotter off with him, even though he was a killer.
No, I could never forget that. It kept me up at night for weeks.
Oh.
I did what I thought was best at the time. But the pain of that error of judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Still, don't forget that I also made you a promise. I told you that I'd be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what.
But what if I'm lying?
Say.
You could be working to get another killer off the hook for all you know. Too stupid to care.
I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. I then got accused 2 weeks later going across the ocean in a boat, but...
You were?
Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. And strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I just realized we are now talking about Iris's father's death right in front of her. This should go really well. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it.
You know.
But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, and was prepared to defend me. My best
boyfriend.
friend. Yeah.
My boyfriend.
My boyfriend.
Who I also was accused of killing.
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, look at this man.
Hot. Damn, look at it. Dang.
I think
you were, sir, is that coat boyfriend material?
Made out of boyfriend material.
Ryanosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. I don't think I tried any sort of accent for this man. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me and I'll do the rest.
Yes, sir. I was so happy I cried. And then I asked him to marry me.
Damn.
But even then, somewhere inside of me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious that he had an absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him. Until I got accused of murdering him. That was less romantic. But
we don't talk about that part. No.
Since then, I came to realize if you want someone to believe in you, You have to believe in the other person first.
What are you saying?
To believe.
I promise you, Gina, that no
Do
matter
you
what
believe
happens,
fairies?
I'll keep believing in you. So don't stop believing. Sorry. So you don't need to worry. I won't
Do you
let you
believe in
down.
fairies? I do. I do. Even though I'm a diver, ain't no good, and a no good liar. Ain't no good, and a no good liar.
You're not like McGilded. I know that.
Yeah.
That's right. You're a friend, Ginny.
Iris.
We know you better than you think. And we've
That's
come.
terrifying.
I mean, I'd like to point out we've known her for a whole
What?
6 hours. It's fine. And we've come to the conclusion that you're someone we can trust.
Yes.
Ryunosuke sympathizing with Gina's false murder accusations because he went through that reminds me of how funny it was when funny that that we made Phoenix sympathize with Maya's first false accusation. Was the allegory there was Edgeworth's, or the comparison was Edgeworth's lunch money incident in elementary school as opposed to an actual murder that
Oh my god, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
college.
Shit. Oh no.
Yeah, we had to wait to find out that he was accused of murder before, but no, it's the same thing as lunch money.
Clearly. That's really all we need
Moral
to
of the
know.
story, kids, is don't have lunch.
Exactly. Don't bring lunch money. Or, if you're on the side of losing your lunch money, don't tattle.
Yeah, stitches get stitches.
Exactly.
Bitches.
Oh, exactly.
Mr. Naruto, I
Aww.
Oh no, she's crying.
sniff sniff.
Defendant Dina Lestrade and her legal representative. Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head into the courtroom immediately.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Bailiff Elmo.
Hey! You dick. Stop that.
I'd been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my time. So I knew only too well just how hard it was to put all your faith in another. And I also knew just how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is it at last. The final chapter. The final battle. Wish me luck, Susata-san. And I hope you're watching over me too. Partner, I hope to God they chose Aibo there. Make it gay. They're gay.
Make it gay.
They're so gay. I don't care that he's dead. 17th of April, 1:41 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom.
Hey yo. Back to our bullshit.
Sorry, I was having an argument with my son. I call this court into order as we resume the trial of Miss Gina Lestrade. Lord Von Zeeks, you have successfully subpoenaed the witness.
The subpoena was delivered to the communication station where the man works immediately, my lord. However, the heavy rain has delayed the arrival of his carriage, it would seem. Ugh.
A likely story. I see.
A likely story.
Then let us turn our attention to Inspector Gregson's process
Seems likely to me.
of the case heard by the court this morning. I almost said Inspector Gadget, and I needed to tell everybody that.
Stop, Maverick.
The glaring omission of the third bullet in your report is a serious blunder, Inspector.
Oh, yes, I can only apologize, my lord.
And although the defense's chemical analysis of the blood at the scene makes for a compelling argument, I cannot permit such untried methods to be used as evidence in my courtroom. I am no fun.
Big mistake to cross Hurley and me. A very big mistake.
Hey, we get to see Bailiff Elmo. My lord!
God, Bailiff Elmo has a face.
That 9-year-old just threatened me.
The
Yes.
subpoenaed witness has just arrived in the building.
Bailiff Elmo, you are taller than I expected.
What's
Aren't you a little
the
tall to be Bailiff Elmo?
what's the Elmo that like sits on the potty and does the dance?
It's Tickle Me Elmo. Let's
There we
just say
go.
that.
Sure.
Tickle Me Elmo.
Thank you, officer. Show him to the stand without delay.
Mr. Eggert Benedict. I didn't expect to be crossing paths with him again so soon. And certainly not like this. Do we really still have to have these two here?
Oh shit, yeah, can they go home?
They have not helped anything.
Thank you for complying with the court's subpoena at such short notice, sir.
But of course, my lord, as an upstanding member of London society, it is my pleasure to oblige.
Now, kindly state your name and occupation for the record.
What?
Oh
What?
my! Bam! Bam!
Yeah, why would we?
We won! We won! We won! Name is Ashley!
I'm crying. Give me a second. He is Ashley who makes racist TikToks.
His name is actually Ash. Okay.
I need to go buy a lottery ticket. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Can we share? Anyway. Ashley Braden, communications officer.
Mr. Graydon and I both work at London Central Communication Station.
Now, perhaps somebody would kindly explain what all this is about. You were apprised of the situation by the court officer on your way here, I presume. Yes, I was. Something to do with a murder that took place at Pawnbrokers on Baker Street. And some nonsense about me having been there on the night in question. That is the accusation indeed. Don't worry, I will make sure that doesn't happen. This really is beyond a joke, you know.
Sir, we have not taken you seriously since you started here. It did not help that your name was Egbert or whatever it was to begin with. But then for
Right.
some reason we called your name 2 minutes into your arrival. I love this
Exactly.
man.
Damn. Oh my god, shut up, Ashley. We can actually say that.
Very well. Without further delay, the court will hear your testimony now, Mr. Graydon. You will respond to the accusation made against you under oath.
Oh,
What
good
the
to see we get to see him break it down even on the
Give
stand.
him the old razzle dazzle. Razzle dazzle him.
Oh no. I love him, but I hate him. But I love the guy I love. I don't know what I feel anymore. Professor Egbert, Ashley, Charles Augustus Milverton, Aggie Grinch, Gina, Ted, Skulky, Chip, Baskerville, Bennett, Bitch, Moriarty, the third grade.
I can't, like, I feel like this is my crowning achievement in life, and that is not a great thing.
I'm proud of you. Anyway. Gladly, my lord, gladly. My fortnight dance. Here we go.
All right, the accusation.
Naturally, I have an occasion to make use of pawnbrokering services from time to time. But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into a place on the night of the murder? Oh no, I have no intention of admitting to such an outrageous accusation. Even if certain parties here present claim that my blood was found at the scene. Some Scaramouche detective's home-brewed tincture can hardly be taken as serious evidence.
I'm gonna let the 9-year-old on you.
Please,
Sick of my wrist.
can we shoot him with the gun? See if he turns green.
So you deny the accusation completely, do you?
I must say, I am dismayed. For the highest court in the land to be swayed by this self-professed detective's toy. That's what I said, bestie. Damn. Ashley gets it. Me and Ashley were totally on the same page. He's
These
just
two
like
would
me
be
for
friends.
real. It was the will of the jury, and our great British justice system demands that the jury will be upheld. Oh, so true, bestie. And it would seem we have a misfortune of a most inept assembly of jurors today.
Yes, please feel free to make fun of the jury. Get them
Yes.
away from your side.
Yes,
By
thank
golly.
you. How long am I expected to be detained here?
Maverick,
I'm
no.
Ashley.
If following the defense's cross-examination, your involvement in this matter has not been established, then you're free to go. You will be free to leave immediately.
Good. Then I shall be away in time for afternoon tea. Some small consolation, at least.
But dude, I can't say I've ever done much in my life, but I did keep you from stealing a coat that wasn't yours at the pawnbroker. So right now we're like 1-0 me.
You owe us, bitch.
Maverick.
Kill my dog. Not actually. If anyone was keeping score. Let us not hold up Mr. Graydon any longer than necessary, counsel. Proceed with the cross-examination.
Stop.
So, we meet again, Mr. Egbert Benedict. Who would have ever guessed that was a false name? Or is it Mr. Graydon?
Go away. My apologies, you are.
Leonosuke Naruhodo, defense lawyer. We've met.
If you say so, Ashley Graydon, enchant. Or enchante.
I think it's
Wasn't it
enchanté.
Enchante. Wow. Let me try that again.
No, I like it the way you did it.
No, yeah, he would totally be one that would just
Graydon.
enchant.
Enchant. Enchanted too. Disenchanted.
I was enchanted to meet you. It's Taylor Swift.
Okay.
So. Oh shit!
It's mine now. I'm not
Oh.
giving it back.
Is this a concert like when you throw off your t-shirt and it lands on the audience?
I'm gonna give it to my 9-year-old, and she's got a gun.
I'd rather him throw his hat
I
in his
get to
bra.
wear the big hat.
I trust we can conclude this quickly.
Oh yeah, get out of here.
But I'm not holding your flashy hat while we do.
Damn. You look like a coat rack.
Again, I'm giving it to the 9-year-old. The accusation.
He has cool hair, not gonna lie. Anyway.
He looks like he's got a
Naturally.
comb over.
You do. I have on occasion to make use of pawnbrokering services from time to time.
Yes, we even met in the very pawnbrokery where the crime took place on the afternoon of the day in question. Though, of course, you introduced yourself by a different name at the time. It was Mr. Eggert Benedict, I believe. Tell me, what made you...
It's my drag name.
Oh. Oh no, that broke me. Just wears eggs. Alright. I'm okay. I can't. Okay, wait. This is so hard to go into this voice. I'm sorry. The witness is here to testify about events that took place that night. He is under no obligation to answer such unrelated questions.
You can't be serious.
Oh, I'm very serious. Thanks, Bestie, because I certainly do not feel inclined to answer such an inappropriate.
Shut up, Ashley. So he's going to be evasive, is he? In an effort not to give anything away? This could be tricky.
But are you seriously suggesting I colluded with these thugs to break into a place on the night of the murder?
Have you seen these two men before? Unrelated, is
This
your name
pair.
also Sulky?
Yes. This pair? Oh,
You are
peasant.
clearly trying to
no.
avoid looking at you.
Yeah.
I don't associate with criminals. Ugh.
Said by a man who introduced himself as Eggert Benedict.
Eggert is a horrid name. I'd like to know who I have to thank for this. Who made this outlandish accusation against me? The young lawyer there in the back. Ah, this is a farce. Whose idea was it to permit an outsider to work in a British court anyway? There we go. Shut up, Ashley, and your Fortnite dance. Well, needless to say, I've noticed admitting to such an outrageous accusation.
Where were you at around 1 in the morning on the night in question, sir? Why do I get the feeling he's going to tell us I was in fucking bed like everyone should have been?
Probably. This is past the hour at which I would normally retire. Certainly. I was not in the company of these rapscallions.
You're able to prove that?
Objection!
Listen carefully, my learned Nipponese friend. For you to appear to be under a gross misapprehension of this point.
What do you mean?
I don't like it when you're right. The witness maintains he was not at the scene of the crime. He has no obligation to prove his absence. If your accusation is that the witness was present at the scene, the obligation lies with you to prove your assertion. You will fulfill that obligation before putting any more unreasonable questions to the witness. my god, Bestie, you do.
A silent victory wiggle. Thanks.
Victory. I hated it. Even if certain parties here are present to claim that my blood was found at the scene.
Blood was found at the scene of the crime. There's no question of that. Mr. Sholmes's chemical analysis has positively identified the substance as such.
But I am not the only human to have blood running through my veins, am I?
I don't know. I feel like if we cut you open, like glitter is just gonna pour out, but
How can you be sure that the blood is mine? It could equally be the blood of these two miscreants.
every individual's blood has a slightly different composition, it seems. Mr. Sholmes's chemical is able to differentiate different blood samples by...
Just spare me the science lesson. Who is the showroom's character, anyway?
Oh, I assumed all Londoners would know the name. He's a great... well, a renowned detective. Literally, this man has just gone through surgery and we still can't call him a great detective.
Damn.
Finn.
So, even you are unable to bring yourself to say, great detective.
Iris is gonna murder me.
Oh, a great detective, you say? Tisk. Now we're in the realm of fairy tales, are we?
I'm not entirely sure why he reacted, and I can't imagine this is gonna be anything good.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Skulkin?
Oh, yeah, he probably a big-ass fan. It won't me?
No, the Mr. Skulkin next to you.
Alright, I've had it up to here with this. How many times have I got to tell you?
Yes, I know, you're not Big Bruv Skulky. Sulky.
Big bros.
Mr. Nash Skulkin.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
You what?
Is it not the case that when Mr. Graydon just spoke, a thought went through your mind? I know, it was not something that happens to you very often. Would you care to share that thought with the court?
No. Me thoughts. I don't have none of them. Must have been him. Not a thing behind me.
Mr. Nash Skulkin, answer the question, please. What went through your mind when Mr. Graydon just spoke?
Nothing. Honest, nothing. Not honest, Gov. Nothing. I was just thinking. If he waves his arms around like that much more, it'll open up the wound again, that's all.
Oh,
What wound?
eh? Oh, fuck?
Where he took the bullet, of course. It was only 2 days ago. Ain't gonna be healed up yet.
I take back
Well-
what I said about not wanting them on the stand. I want both of them on the stand every time this
Forever.
man speaks.
So I was, well, you know, I was worrying for him and Finnegan. And all. Oh, L's bells. A dumbass.
Mr. Graydon, did you hear that?
What?
Your comrade is worried about you, it seems. On account of your injured arm.
Bitch. My lord?
Yes, Mr. Grayson. Graydon.
I have
Sorry.
no idea what these two wretches are talking about. Certainly I shouldn't be expected to answer anything in relation to their mindless insinuations. They're making me uncomfy.
I keep calling him Grayson because I got Batman on the brain.
Ooh,
Don't do dick like
I
that.
see. I see.
We know that someone other than the victim was hit by a bullet at the scene of the crime 2 nights ago. And from the height of the bullet hole in the wall, that person was likely hit in the upper arm or thereabouts.
We cut
know,
him
like-
open and egg yolk pours out.
Yeah, really. Like right where he's holding his arm. Perhaps you'd allow a court official to examine your arm, sir? The left arm that you're currently clasping with your right hand as if in pain.
Damn.
Because you decided to do more TikTok dances.
Firmly grasp it. Sorry.
Firmly grasp it. Ew.
Huh?
You have shown no evidence whatsoever that links me to these common thieves.
Oh, excellent.
Accordingly,
Grayson has been
I
added
am
to the
not
Perfect.
name.
obliged. I am not obliged to permit any such invasion of my privacy. As I've already said, I'm completely uninvolved in all this. I've never had anything to do with this pawnbrokery where this fellow was killed whatsoever.
That one that you were in right beforehand?
I take offense at this insinuation that I was in any way involved.
You claim to have had nothing whatsoever to do with Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery.
My lord, the defense would like that last statement to be added to Mr. Graydon's formal testimony.
Very well, counsel.
Clickety clack. Don't clap back.
Continue with your testimony, Mr. Graydon.
Iris invent a metal detector so we can prove he has a bullet
Finn.
in his shoulder.
Exactly.
The bottom line is I've never had anything to do with the pawnbrokering establishment where the man was killed.
Okay. I'm only pressing because Grayson was literally there. Or Gregson. Why would they put so many things together? Gregson, the inspector, was there to arrest him. So I'm guessing he's going to react here. Never had anything to do with it. You forget that I was there, Mr. Graydon, on the very afternoon of the incident.
Obviously, I am not a complete stranger to the pawnbrokers. I'm currently on the lookout for an armchair to finish my study.
Objection!
No, you were there to redeem an article.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, but he does.
Excuse me.
Do you have
Excuse me,
something
bitch.
to add, Inspector?
Hey, come again, sunshine?
You were there too, in fact. Weren't you, Inspector? That afternoon?
Well, yes, I do remember meeting yourself in the pawnbrokers that afternoon. You, your young Japanese assistant, and the accused were all present, as I recall.
And at that time, this witness, Mr. Graydon, was trying to acquire a particular article.
Well now. I'm afraid I don't remember too clearly.
You're useless.
Bitch.
Shit.
What? But you must.
I'm not going to lie and pretend I remember something that I don't.
What is going on here?
Rexy showed us a picture before, didn't he? You know, from the cameras that Hallie installed in the window banks.
Yes, of course.
Indeed. And the gentleman pictured bears a striking resemblance to the witness, I must say.
Exactly. Which proves that Mr. Graydon was in the shop on the afternoon in question.
At no point have I denied that fact.
Uh-huh.
I merely entered the shop to peruse the articles on sale and have a word with a broker. Nothing more.
I mean, We have the music box disc. This makes no sense. I understand why Mr. Graydon might be trying to cover his tracks. But why would Gregson be trying to avoid giving testimony about what happened? That's all he's gonna say on the matter, is it?
What do you think, Bruno?
I think he has no intention of telling us anything. He's well aware that the less he says, the less chance he has of giving himself away.
The complete opposite of Harley, then. He seems to think that the more he says, the better.
Well, at least I managed to prise a little more information from these witnesses' lips. All thanks to the Skulkin brothers.
Gregson being kinda sus.
Yeah.
Iris, talk to him.
Yes, they were the key to it after all.
So he says he has nothing to do with the Windibanks. Well, we know that's not true.
Perhaps now would be a good time to have a proper look through the court records.
Good idea. You never know what little tiny scrap of information could become a valuable weapon.
Are we looking at the weapons?
Naturally, I have blah 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 blah. Yes, shut up, Ashley.
Okay, we are going to present. Anything else on here that I should take a look at?
Oh, Miguel did. That's the man you defended in court a couple of months ago, isn't it, Bruno?
Yes, or rather, mistakenly defended?
I wonder what his name is doing in the back of the disc.
That's
we
a
were
question.
kind of forced to do that.
That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself. Alright, I don't see anything else on it other than, obviously, the blood smear. So, let's shove it in his face.
Objection.
Have you ever seen this disc before, Mr. Graydon?
Why? Is that supposed to mean something?
This disc was, until the day of his murder, in pawn in Mr. Windibank's shop. It was redeemed by the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, that afternoon. However, somebody mysteriously appeared to try to take it from her. And that somebody was you, of course. Wasn't it, Mr. Graydon?
As I have reiterated numerous times now, you are mistaken. That was not me. I've never seen that disc before in my life.
It may have escaped your notice, but there is a small smear of blood on the disc.
Ah, yes. Resulting from an abrasion of the thumb, perhaps?
That's right. The surface of the disc is covered in hundreds of little tiny metal bumps. In the skirmish to acquire the disc, the thumb of the person who tried to take it suffered minor lacerations.
Show us your thumb, sir.
Yeah.
Do you
So-
bite your thumb at me, sir?
While the disc bears the remnants of that skirmish in the form of this smear of blood, the thumb of the person in question must bear the remnants also, in the form of a scratch.
Oh, my wig. Good gracious indeed. It
Oh,
must.
my wig.
Mr. Graydon.
Hmm.
You refused to allow a court officer to examine your arm before. Are you now going to refuse us to Are you now going to refuse to allow us to examine your thumb? Why would he say yes? Because I have no doubt that it would bear a small scratch consistent with the smear of blood on this disc.
Well, well. It would seem I underestimated you.
It's okay. Most people do.
What's all this?
What's the meaning of this?
So you admit it now? You admit you have a scratch on your thumb from when you attempted to take the disc from the defendant?
Oh, fuck.
Dun, dun, dun. Odar. Well, Mr. Graydon?
It would appear there has been something of a misunderstanding here. I did not attempt to take the disc, as you put it. No, quite the reverse.
What are you trying to say?
It really is quite simple, you see. The disc was mine from the outset.
We don't really care whose it actually was.
Is there some crime in taking an item that you own out of a pawn?
What? I mean, it is if you lie about it in court, which you just did.
It would seem, Mr. Graydon, that in this piece of evidence, my learned friend has established a link between yourself and the incident. Accordingly, you will tell the court everything you know about this disc now. As you
Right, meow.
wish, bestie. As you wish. Though I'm quite sure it has nothing whatsoever to do with the pawnbroker's murder.
I will be the judge of that. Thank you very much. All right, the disc.
There's a note under this saying from a gilded, but the item belongs to me.
Weird, but okay.
The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused, that filthy gutterling, on the day in question.
I hate this man.
I proceeded at once to the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem my article.
Good thing he's the bad guy.
In the end, of course, the disc was taken by the police. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later that night. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Did I hear you correctly, sir? McGilded, you say? The famous London philanthropist? Who perished in this very courtroom 2 months ago after being acquitted of a distinctly messy murder?
Yes, my lord. The one and the same.
Good lord, Mr. Graydon. Are you saying that Mr. McGilded and yourself were acquainted? Ew. No.
Long
Oh, no.
live the king. No, okay. Yes, that's correct. But at the same time, who did not know that bitch?
Well, I certainly didn't expect to hear that name uttered here in my courtroom again.
According to what Gina told us, this disc was placed in the pawn on that fateful night 2 months ago. McGilded himself gave instructions to deposit it at Windibanks.
It's funny that Mr. Graydon here is claiming the disc belongs to him there, isn't it?
In all likelihood, he's lying. So he appeared that afternoon at Windibanks in order to get his hands on McGilded's disc for some reason.
Counsel, you will commence your cross-examination, please.
All right, the disc.
There's a note under this saying from McGilded, but that item belongs to me.
Would you care to explain how this belongs to you?
As you will observe, a communications officer such as myself commands a fine salary.
You are certainly exquisitely dressed, sir.
That's a way to put it.
Thank you. So you see, I have little need to make use of services provided by the pawnbrokery trade. However, I did once find myself in difficulties having misplaced my purse whilst in an errand. Which is why I pawned my fine black overcoat to the broker in question.
You claim that was your overcoat?
Obviously. And in my haste, I plain forgot that the music box disc was in its pocket. And yet there is a note on there that reads for McGilded. I am a collector of rare and unusual music box music. I first met Mr. McGilded at a gentleman's club in the city, and they were interested in the stuff.
Gentleman's club, like strip club?
And that's probably not exactly what they mean, but that's where I took it.
Yes, they were home. That he shared my penchant in that area.
Strippers?
So, the disc in question.
Oh yeah, we're talking about the music box.
It's a pre-production sample. I promised to let Mr. McGilded hear it. But then you forgot that it was in the pocket of the overcoat you were forced to pull. Yes, exactly.
Tina didn't mention any of that in her testimony 2 months ago, did she?
No, because McGilded had threatened her to keep her mouth shut. Which means that if we dig too deeply here, it's going to expose Gina's perjury.
Oh
You mean we care about that?
no! This is complicated, isn't it?
Let's leave it alone for the time being.
The redemption ticket was stolen from me by the accused, that filthy guttling on the day in question.
So you're saying that Miss Lestrade lifted the ticket from your pocket or bag?
The disc plays stripper music. Oh no!
Ye old stripper music.
That's right, ye old single ladies. Despite being mindful of danger when walking in the salubrious areas of kind frequent.
Miss Lestrade did no such thing.
I
Well,
don't
of
think I'm ever
course
going to
you
be
wouldn't.
over yield single ladies.
Well, of
Oh my
course
God.
you would take that stance, but the girl is a regular offender.
You came to the pawnbrokery that day prepared with all the information you needed to identify the defendant. You were looking for her. That's what brought you to Windibanks. To get your hands on Mr. McGilded's disc.
Objection!
I am throwing out a lot of shit without any proof here.
You should not touch
My
another man's
lord.
disc. Without
Touching the disc. Anyway, my learned friend is a veritable font of nonsense.
Nonsense.
I concur with the prosecution.
Oh, shut up, Judge. Sorry, oh,
Your
shut
name
up, Your
Ashley
Honor.
as well?
Counsel, you will refrain from conjecturing in this way. Is that clear?
Yes, my lord.
It's the music that accompanies Lady First Yule Victoria.
I'd almost forgotten his twerking. That's what he was on that carriage for too.
This twerking was too hot. Anyway. And then it was on. Anyway. Then I will continue with my testimony for that. What possible use it can be. I proceeded at once in the shop in order to explain my situation and redeem my article.
Had you ever been to a Windibanks before? To Windibanks before, this isn't a chain restaurant.
Only once for the purposes of finding something. Like many, I enjoy browsing in such establishment. So
Don't
when you
be
notice
sad,
that
because my brain went, this isn't an Arby's.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
So this is a Wendy's.
You all Wendy's. So when you noticed that the pickpocket had taken your ticket, you chased after her. Is that correct? Oh, yes, that's right. I didn't notice at first, of course, such is the art of the pig purse.
Then how did you know it was her?
But when I did, I headed to the pawnbrokery at once, in order to reclaim my coat before the thief could. I was merely trying to recover what was rightfully mine in the first place.
He can say what he likes because he knows we have no evidence to contradict him on this.
Bitch. Biatch. In the end, of course, the disc was taken by the police.
Hold it!
Yes, it was taken by Inspector Gregson here, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right. This was the very man. Apparently, the police are collecting anything that has a connection to Mr. McGilded as evidence.
Excuse me.
Is something wrong, Inspector? Or are you gonna lie to me again?
What do you mean?
The last remark Mr. Graydon made in his testimony seemed to trouble you in some way.
No, it didn't. It's nothing. Leave it alone.
Let me ask you this, Inspector. Why is Scotland Yard gathering Mr. McGilded's possessions?
I can't tell you something like that, sunshine. What is it, Inspector? Investigative secrets. Yes, exactly. You shouldn't know about all that. So unexpectedly after his travel. Man renowned about the capture is great. Oh, but he had a dark side.
I mean, he was fairly charred when we probably got him out of the omnibus, so...
Where are you going with this, Von Zeeks? I suppose the police are dealing with the aftermath of his nefarious activities, are they? That's enough! Coppers like me have duties to carry out that we're not at liberty to talk about. That's all you need to know. Duties conferred by the Lord Strongheart, I presume.
Okay, I was wondering if that was happening for anyone else. So Mana's mic is muffled a lot. Yeah, occasionally I just can't hear you, like, at all. So it kind of, like, zones in, and I kind of thought it was just my headset.
Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The Lord Chief Justice appears to have great faith in you, Inspector. Probably, like, how close I am, maybe. Okay. The bottom line is, if you want to get more out of me, you're gonna need Lord Strongheart's paw print first.
Lord Strongheart is a furry? What's all this about? It's like there's something going on between Gregson and Lord Von Zeeks here.
Tension?
And not the sexual kind.
Well, it would appear that the inspector has revealed all he is at liberty to reveal.
One of them's buried.
Mr. Graydon, let us return to your testimony.
Gladly, my lord. In other words, I had absolutely no reason to break into the shop later the same night. A kitty!
Hold it!
But perhaps you'd seen something of value among the forfeited items?
No, not at all.
Oh.
That was easy. A valuer was brought in by the police to assess everything in the shop. Without exception, every article on the shelves was common garden bric-a-brac.
In that case, it's clear. that you broke into the shop later that day in order to recover Mr. McGilded's disc.
Have you been listening, man? Even if I had wanted to recover the disc, you may recall that it had been seized by the police in that afternoon. It was no more at the shop that night than I. As I keep saying, I simply had no reason to break in.
So there was nothing of McGilded's left in the shop that night. Nothing this man might have been after. I wonder if that's really true.
You know, if you have some evidence, then let him have it. I'm dying to see that irritatingly assured expression of his crumble.
Wow.
McGilded slipped the disc into his coat pocket and had it deposited at Windibank's. Then, when he realized he was going to be arrested on suspicion of the omnibus murder, he threatened Gina and forced her to take the redemption ticket.
There's no doubt about it. That witness is lying through his pearly white teeth.
The police were obviously after anything left behind by McGilded as well. That's why Inspector Gregson ended up taking the disc into custody that day.
But Gregsy being very strange about it all.
There must be a reason for that, I'm sure. I just don't know what it is. For now, I need to focus on exposing the fact that Mr. Graydon is lying in his testimony.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a big fat liar, Ashley.
I'm gonna go off of a hunch I've got. Because this was also McGilded's. And that was at the shop itself. I can't think of anything else that would have been there still. We're gonna go with it because I don't have any other ideas. This disc was deposited at Windibank's on Magnus McGilded's instructions. You knew that, and you went there with the intention of obtaining it for yourself.
Objection!
Conjecture again. And in any case, the disc was taken into custody by the police that afternoon. The witness had no reason to visit the pawnbrokery again that night.
Objection!
Sorry, my learned friend, but that's not true.
Damn, you clap back. What?
That was very satisfying to say out loud, I'm not gonna lie. Mr. McGilded had another article in pawn at Windibank's.
I love how you held your sword while you said it too.
Kazuma's with me. As this second pawnbroker's ticket proves.
Oh.
There were 2 articles belonging to Mr. McGilded in Windibank's pawnbrokery, and the reason you broke into the shop that night was to recover the second one. Together with your 2 accomplices, the Skulkin brothers.
Oh.
This is the second ticket, isn't it?
What had the man deposited?
The article description reads, 1 small box.
A rather vague description, it seems to me.
Are you suggesting that I broke into the pawnbrokery with these clowns in order to steal some trinket box?
I believe there are adequate grounds to suspect that you did.
Clowns? This is absurd. Why on earth would I do such a thing? Once the article had been forfeited, I could simply walk into the shop and purchase it. I'm rich, you know. There would be absolutely no need for me to resort to theft.
That's a good point.
I hate that.
Indeed. The witness makes a solid argument.
That's true, Chad. What if Ashley and the police are in league with each other to get the disc?
Yeah?
So that means that for some reason, this Graydon fella needed the small box that very night, does it?
Objection!
Don't yell at my 9-year-old.
It's time to put an end to this nonsense, my lord.
Could you be a little less cryptic, Lord Von Zieks?
Every time he's less cryptic, he's more racist.
I'll try, but it's hard for vampires. I do hate to ruin my learned friend's argument, but the truth is quite incontrovertible. On the night in question, no smallpox was taken from Winterbank's brokery. And the rest assured, the prosecution can prove it.
What?
Damn.
Good gracious.
His wig again.
My wig has been snatched.
Inspector, show the photographic prints to the court if you please. Yes, sir.
What prints?
These prints were taken from the detective security cameras.
Oh, Harley's red-handed recorders again.
As previously explained using this plan of the shop layout. Victim's establishment was furnished with automatic cameras in 2 locations. One was set to capture the counter where Mr. Winterbank received the customers. And the other was to set capture to the shelves on which articles were placed for sale once forfeited. According to the information on the ticket, Mr. McGilda's small box had been forfeited already. 2 days before the incident at 9 p.m. on 13th April, to be precise. Which means...
Mana?
Hello?
Wait, did I disappear?
Yeah, you just did.
Yeah, you went into another dimension, my guy.
No! Now, what I have here is a print taken by one of the cameras about 2 hours before the incident. That's at 11 p.m. on 15th April. Oh, that's the judge.
Hmm. The victim certainly had a very full shop, it would appear.
And then, here we have another print. This one was taken about 2 hours after the incident.
Oh, please tell me we do not have to do this stupid stereoscope thing again.
Yes, we do.
I see. So we have 2 pictures to compare. Which I'll be.
Oh wait, I can see the difference already. It's that tiny box on the like lower, like middle. It's on the bottom of the shelf. It's pushed off to the right in the 2 a.m. one.
Oh, the thing that looks like a coffee can?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it.
I usually suck at these find the difference things, but I think that must be it.
Yeah, it's
most
moved slightly.
Though I must say that placing them side by side leaves me cold.
Why?
Look closer.
Start crossing your eyes, my guy. Dear me, that's starting to make my head ache.
Obviously, at Scotland Yard, we consider theft as one possible motive in this case. We explored the possibility that something had been taken in addition to the victim's life.
So, you men have already compared these 2 prints thoroughly, Inspector?
Oh, yes, sir. We counted every single item in each of these 2 photographic prints. And the Yard's conclusion is that exactly the same number are present in both.
So he didn't sell anything over those 2 days too?
Shit.
Seems like a profitable shop.
In other words, nothing was taken from the brokery on the night in question. And my learned friend's assertion is nothing more than hopeful fantasy. Except one of the things moved.
If I could have just shown that he'd stolen McGilda's pawned box. I might have been able to break him down at last.
You know what, Reno? I've been thinking. I really hate that guy's dance moves. They really creep me out. Also, I wonder if these two photographs really are exactly the same.
What?
So, counsel, in light of the evidence put forward by the prosecution, what is your position? Standing, Your Honor.
What?
In fact,
Hey,
what's your position?
whoa.
He's standing.
Oh.
It seems that in fact, on the night in question, nothing was stolen from the victim's establishment. Do you accept the prosecution's assertion?
You one of the strippers?
I don't know.
No.
Could there be some hidden discrepancy in these two photographic prints somewhere? There's no discrepancy. Point out a discrepancy or use a piece of evidence.
Point it out. Point
I'm
it
thinking-
out.
I think we might need to use a stereoscope to actually point it out, though. Do we have
Oh.
it in our evidence? We do. I think we
Hell
need
yeah.
to break it down.
Okay.
Before I give my answer, my lord, I'd like to try something, if I may.
You're doing
Try,
it the hard
try
way.
something. What do you mean, counsel?
I'll need to use a certain piece of evidence from the court record to identify the discrepancy.
I'm not entirely sure I follow. Which piece of evidence do you need to use to help you identify a discrepancy between the two prints?
Take that!
I'd like to use this device, my lord, to view the two prints stereoscopically.
Oh, someone's excited.
Nerd.
Oh!
Nerd.
My
Yes.
time has come.
You have caught the bug at last. You can't resist it, can you? Gee willikers, sir. You've got the cross-eyed compulsion.
Juror number 3. What a surprise.
Oh, come on now, Reno. Let's put the pictures in place and see what this wonderful contraption shows us. There we go. Now look through the eyepiece. I almost said earpiece. Fuck.
Look through the earpiece.
I wasn't sure at first, but there is a clear discrepancy between these two prints.
Yeah, good call in doing that.
What?
Yeah. I've only played, like, how many of these at this point?
You must identify the location in question for the court, counsel. Indicate the precise location of the discrepancy of which you speak.
I mean, how about the thing that's fucking glowing in the middle of this, but okay.
Take that!
Granted, these two prints are almost identical. However, there is one minor discrepancy between them.
What?
Those poor chips.
When you view the two pictures stereoscopically,
The can starts to glow.
yeah, a single area stands out as being different. The location of this small box.
That looks so weird. Let me wait. Unbelievable. But first, let me take
Oh,
a
buddy.
selfie.
By Jove, you're right. How extraordinary.
What this tells us is very simple. Mr. McGilded's small box was indeed not stolen from Windibanks on the night in question. However, there can be no doubt that somebody picked up this particular box and then returned it to its place on the shelves.
Are you suggesting that the small box originally deposited by Mr. McGilded is in fact...
Yes, the very same small box I just identified in those photographic prints.
Objection!
Mindless guesswork. What if it was?
Huh?
So a box was moved on the shelf. Nothing was stolen. Which means, quite simply, that nothing has changed.
Well, do you have X-ray vision and can see inside the goddamn box, sir? That may be true, but... Alright, McGilded's box wasn't stolen then. But doesn't the fact that it was moved like that change things? Does it change nothing, or it changes everything? Everything.
Changes everything.
Yeah, I mean... Changes nothing kind of sounds like we're giving up.
Yeah. I believe this changes everything about the case.
How can that possibly be?
The crucial point is the fact that what was moved was a small box. In other words, we have to consider what might have been inside that box.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that we need to examine that box as soon as possible. A vital piece of evidence is sitting on the shelves at Windibanks as we speak.
Objection!
That won't be necessary. Some little box belonging to a man who died 2 months ago can't possibly be relevant to this case.
The court does not uphold your objection, Lord Von Zieks.
Damn it.
Bailiff, arrange for an officer to go to Baker Street at once. Obtain the small box in question and bring it back here for further examination.
Dramatic zooming.
Damn, I hate you. I hate him too, bestie.
I'm just here for the vibes.
Hard on me.
I'm just here to have a good time, and I'm feeling so attacked right now.
We should have a report within a half an hour. I think perhaps we should recess for a short while until the evidence is brought forth.
To be hoodwinked by such a farce. Huh. Disappointing.
I beg your pardon, Lord Von Zieks.
This is nothing but a smokescreen. Honey pony's specialty, it would seem.
What are you trying to say?
My learned friend has persisted with the same line of reasoning from the very beginning. That this witness's intent was to steal an article belonging to Mr. McGilded from the pawnbrokery. Yet common sense tells us that none of the articles have value enough to be worth stealing in the first place. Exactly! Oh, someone gets it. It would be beyond absurd to break into a place for the purpose of stealing such commonplace property. I got to pour one out for my friend over there.
He was sober for almost the entire stream this time.
Wow, I know.
If your lordship recalls, Mr. McGilded perished 2 months ago, immediately after the conclusion of this trial. A trial in which he was found not guilty, much to my dismay. A trial in which it was established he was an upstanding member of society. His reputation implied, in fact. So, I propose a toast to to my learned friend in his most insightful defense.
Huh?
Oh, the articles this upstanding member of society found are entirely ordinary. A black overcoat that just happened to have a music box disc in one of its pockets, and a small box. I assure you, I wouldn't accept even if the man tried to make a gift of such things to me.
You know, that
Of
does make a rather lot of sense. It's not as if it was gold or jewels, is it? Though goodness knows Mr. McGilded was rich enough. But you can deposit cash at a pawnbrokery, I'm quite certain of that.
The prosecution's argument is undeniably compelling.
Yes, I love those words. It is incumbent on the defense now to bolster its argument.
And there it goes again.
To explain what possible significance these commonplace articles pawned by this fine citizen could have.
Well, counsel, is your argument in fact demonstrable?
Yeah.
Are you able to show proof that the disc or the box are in any tangible way related to this case?
Well...
Damn, boy.
What's the matter, Runa? We know that they're related, don't we? They both have vital pieces of evidence.
Yes, of course. You and I both know that. We know McGilded's true character, and we know the disc is significant, even if we don't know why. But if we explain all that to the court at this point, we'll have to acknowledge that McGilded's acquittal 2 months ago was a mistake. That the defense's argument was flawed, based on false information.
Oh no!
And that would mean admitting that Gina committed perjury. Once again, why do we only care about it when Gina does it?
Damn.
Yeah.
But Ginny!
Could it be that Von Zeeks knows? Is that why he's doing this now? Because he anticipated everything?
Yeah.
But maybe... this could be a great opportunity for us.
Sorry? What do you mean, Iris?
Well, what is it that you always say, Reno?
Wash your hands before you eat?
Sooner or later, the truth comes out every time.
Oh.
What is it that you say, you know? Stop touching my stuff.
Bitch
Alright.
stole my money.
The exact significance of the things that Miss Gilded deposited with Mr. Windibank is something that only Gina can explain to the court. But if I put her on the stand to testify about that, it could critically damage our chances of winning this case. What's the right thing to do here? Oh, I don't know what that answer was.
I guess we have no.
I don't know what that choice was. Hopefully that was right, because...
That's an ooh.
Have Gina testify is what you picked.
Okay.
Okay, well, shit.
Okay, my lord, the defense would like to make a proposal.
Well, we have no choice now. Whee!
I must have held the button down for a fraction too long.
What proposal, counsel?
While the court awaits the arrival of Mr. McGilded's small box, I would like to call the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, to the witness stand.
The defendant? To what end?
It's to do with the various articles deposited at Windibanks by Mr. McGilded, my lord. Miss Lestrade has information relating to them. I believe it would be beneficial for the court to hear what she has to say. It will prove the significance of the articles in question once and for all.
Well, things are becoming Interesting. I presume you've considered the implications of the testimony you're proposing. In particular, the impact it will have on the accused standing, and indeed, your own.
I have.
Lord Von Zeeks, would you care to explain this last remark?
The prosecution accepts the defense's proposal. I move to interpret the cross-examination of the current witness and hear from the accused herself.
Very well. If you have no objection. The court will now hear the testimony of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade. You witnesses currently in the stand may step down until further notice.
Gladly.
Sir, you don't have a hat to do that with.
Then I shall bid you good day. Wait. Ashley? Can I get your number? No. You, sir, shall remain in the stand while Miss Lestrade testifies. Oh, bestie? Really? You're doing this to me now? Oh, as you wish.
All right then, Gina. It's time. I know this will be hard, but please, put your faith in me here.
Good luck, Reno. I don't believe in everything, but let's believe now.
Hey, Gina. The articles that Mr. McGilded had deposited in Windibank's pawnbrokery are intimately related with the omnibus case, the trial of which was heard in this courtroom 2 months ago.
Yes. And I remember this young lady being brought before me in that trial as well.
That's right, my lord. Her testimony helped to establish the innocence of the defendant, Mr. McGilded.
The omnibus case was intriguing, to say the least. Now, here we are, all again, the same players in that trial, facing each other once more. A twist of fate, perhaps, my Nipponese friend. Took my victory.
Allow me to recap the events of 2 months ago. An old brickmaker was stabbed to death in an omnibus running along London's winter streets. Apart from the victim, there was only one other person in the carriage, Mr. McGilded. Naturally, he was the prime suspect for the murder. But as the trial progressed, another possibility emerged. That the murder, in fact, took place above the defendant's head on the roof deck, with the body then being dropped through the skylight into the carriage below. It's a good thing we're getting this recap because I could not remember what we decided on. It was Miss Lestrade whose testimony brought that possibility to light. At the time of the incident, Miss Lestrade was concealed under a seat in the carriage, hoping to pick the pockets of unsuspecting passengers. Then, immediately after the trial, having been acquitted of the murder, Mr. McGilded died in this very courtroom in the most extraordinary of circumstances.
A mystery that remains unsolved even now, 2 months on. As indeed does the omnibus murder itself.
Be that as it may, I recall neither the disc nor this small box being mentioned in this court, in the course of those proceedings.
Miss Lestrade, would you tell the court now, please? What really happened in the omnibus 2 months ago, I mean?
I don't know what you mean. Already said what I know.
And what about everything you told us yesterday from inside your prison cell?
Oh shit.
Please, Miss Lestrade. This is extremely important.
Okay, we go. But
Remember, little girl, if it transpires that you willfully withheld information in the trial 2 months ago, the Home Office will seek to prosecute you for perjury.
Oh, fuck you.
Bitch. And naturally, you will lose all credibility as a witness. Although, let's face facts, you have little credibility to lose.
I will fight you. That is my other daughter.
Jenny, don't listen to him. Please, you have to trust Ryuno now.
Iris, I forgot you were here.
We're on your side.
All right then. I'll talk.
It's the right choice, Gina.
Well, it would seem that my learned friend is hell-bent on bringing the entire courtroom down about his ears. So be it.
I must confess that I am struggling to understand what on earth is happening here.
Damn.
Sorry. However, it would appear that Mr. McGilden's pawned articles and that extraordinary case of the omnibus harbor secrets of which we have been hitherto unaware. So, Miss Lestrade, will you now give your testimony? You will now give your testimony before the court about the events 2 months ago. You will reveal the truth, a commodity sorely lacking in your original statement.
Oh, fuck you, Your Honor.
This is it then. Everything's going to come out. Like Von Zeke said, this could bring the whole courtroom down about my ears. But as a lawyer, I'm prepared to take that risk.
All right. Witness testimony. The real truth.
So, before we get into that, it is 9/midnight. Do we want to keep going?
Looks like this is the only testimony before the to be continued.
Okay.
I don't know how long it's going to take, but we are close to it to be continued.
Okay. I just wanted to check it.
Yep. All right. The real truth of the omnibus case.
Truth is that Brick Baker Cove was in the cabin of the omnibus the whole time. When the Irishman dragged me out from under the seat, I saw that disc on the floor. All of a sudden, I heard a screaming from over me head, and that pair on the roof deck went off to call the slops. That's when McGilden slipped the driver some tin to do a run to the pawn shop roundabout. He threatened me not to snitch, not to say nothing to no one about what I'd seen or heard. Good grief, this is outrageous. What you've just told the court bears almost no resemblance to your testimony 2 months ago.
Yeah. She might have made some bad decisions.
As you say, my lord.
Then there's every chance I may have educated an error in McGilden's trial. These people act like
Yeah.
like mistakes don't happen ever. It sounds very much to me as if the man deliberately deceived this court. In an effort to cover up the
most wicked of schemes.
Schemes.
Without a doubt, your lordship is correct. A great injustice was done in this courtroom 2 months ago.
You're just a sore loser.
I'm so happy. The actions of the accused in that trial of this witness and my learned friends are entirely inexcusable.
I don't believe it. The whole trial was a farce? It was all lies? That McGilded fellow was rotten to the core, just like that pickpocket. Don't forget that lawyer from the East. They were all in on it together.
Wow.
You're wrong. The lot of you. Mr. Naruto, the lawyer there, he didn't know nothing about it.
Thanks, Gina.
Humbug.
Humbug.
I don't think so. Are we really expected to believe that?
You really stitched everyone up, didn't you? What an operation to tell a man off scot-free.
Unforgivable. Stop. The lies have to stop. Stop.
Yes, the defense made a terrible error of judgment. In my defense, it was my first case, and also I wasn't quite a lawyer yet, but I intend to take full responsibility and suffer whatever consequences are deemed appropriate. However, it's imperative that the court allows the witness to elaborate on her testimony, because the true significance of McGilded's pawned articles must be brought to light.
Very well, my learned friend.
My learned student friend, the fuck?
My learned student friend. Given the depths of calamity you have just plunged yourself into, this may be worth hearing.
Words fail me. The situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo.
Yes, my lord?
I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial.
Okay. Of course, my lord.
Blimey, Mr. Naruhodo. Now, counsel, proceed with the cross-examination.
All right, well, now us and Gina are in hot water, so this did not seem like the right choice, but...
Big yikes.
Truth is that Brickmaker Cove was in the cabin of the omnibus the whole time.
And you were hiding in the cabin at the time as well, weren't you, Miss Lestrade?
Never sit down.
If I remember rightly, in the storage compartment underneath one of the seats?
Maverick? Yeah, that's right. It's pitch black under there, so you can't see nothing at all. Now, in your testimony 2 months ago, I feel certain that you claimed Mr. McGilded was the sole passenger, did you not?
False testimony, my lord.
That's what he told me I had to say.
But it's important that you tell us the truth now. Were Mr. McGilded and the victim acquaintances?
I don't know. But I did hear him talking a lot.
What were they talking about?
Well, I couldn't hear too well, but if I had to say... I think it was about money or something. They kept talking about buying and not buying. Perhaps business dealings of some kind.
Well, anyway, they got louder and louder. It started to sound like a proper fight. I was pretty scared by then. I hardly dared to breathe, and then all of a sudden, I heard a noise like someone keeling over on the floor. It was bloomin' loud and all. And I believe you let out an involuntary scream? Like a baby? Yeah. That's what gave me away. When the Irishman dragged me out from under the seat, I saw the disc on the floor.
Hold it!
Was the disc you saw this disc?
Yeah, I reckon it probably was. It was right next to the cove lying on the floor. Could this disc have belonged to the victim, perhaps? Maverick, you scared the shit out of me. I don't know, but McGilded picked it up pretty smartish. And then he sat the cove with the knife in his belly up on the seat.
What did he say to you at that time?
He told me not to say a word about what I'd seen or heard to no one. About the disc and all. I was dead scared. The way he was looking at me, I thought if I did go along with it, I'd get stuck with the knife too. Then he started asking me a load of questions, like what my name was, where I lived, and that. He asked me about being a diver too.
But after a while, what had happened in the carriage was noticed?
Yeah, that's right. First there was kind of a rapid noise. All of a sudden I heard a scream from over me head, and the pair on the roof deck went off to call the slops.
Hold it!
There were 2 gentlemen occupying the seats on the roof deck, I believe.
That's right. They must have looked down through the skylight and noticed the cove with the knife in his guts. When they screamed, the driver pulled up the horses and McGilded got me out of sight. Out of sight? Where? Back under the seat where I started off. Once the carriage came to an halt, the 2 coves from the roof ran off to fetch the slops.
If they immediately left to fetch the police, it would appear that they were entirely unrelated to the incident.
So that left McGilded, the driver, and you still at the scene.
Yeah, well, the driver didn't know I was there because I was under the seat. I heard the cabin door open and a voice from outside. The driver, yes. He also testified in the trial, I believe. A fellow who went by the name of Beppo, if memory serves.
Beppo!
Bippo. Bippo.
What did McGilded and the driver say to each other?
I don't know what happened, and stuff like that, mainly.
I don't know how he got a knife in his guts.
He ran into my knife. He ran
into my knife
6 times. That's when McGilded slipped the driver some tin to do a run to the pawn shop roundabout.
Hold it!
That pawn shop obviously being Winnabanks on Baker Street.
Just a moment, Counsel. Do you mean to tell me
But the driver gave false testimony in that trial as well.
I don't know that anyone told the truth in that trial, Your Honor.
Oh damn, hold up. Perhaps the excursion to the pawnbrokery slipped his mind when he was in the stand.
Indeed, Lord Von Zeeks. Girl, fix your wig. Magilda took off his coat and gave it to the driver. He folded it up all careful-like before handing it over. When I saw him do that, I remember thinking, that coat and what's in it has got to be worth a few bob.
Yes, Gina was sure the disc must be worth more than Mr. Windibank was suggesting, wasn't she? I remember her quibbling with him over the price that afternoon at the pawnbrokery.
The driver looked pretty happy when McGill did flash some brass in his face and he went running off at a lick. Then the bog trotter called me and told me to come out from the drag's cabin. He threatened me not to snitch, not to say nothing to no one about what I'd seen or heard.
Hold it!
Threatened you how exactly?
Told me I'd only be able to scrap her if I did exactly what he said. I like that Ashley's just, like, has his back turned to the court. Like, I'm not...
He's not here. He's not listening.
Which included giving false testimony in court 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's it. And there was one other thing he said.
Which was?
He told me I'd have to hang on to the ticket from the pawn shop and make sure not to lose it. The ticket? Well, I'd never. Said that if he didn't show up to get the ticket off me before 2 months passed, I had to go to the pawn shop and pay money to keep it in lug to stop it from being forfeited. He left me with some brass to pay for it. But really, why on earth would Mr. McGilded have done such a thing? Because he's a bad guy. Depositing his overcoat with a pawnbroker before the arrival of the police, it makes no sense at all. Oh,
There would
sir.
seem to be only one logical explanation, my lord. What McGilded had the driver deposit at Windibank's was something he didn't want the police to see. Something very important that he needed to hide at all costs.
Anyway, after that he let me go, so I legged it before the coppers showed up.
Well done, Gina. Can't have been easy to tell the truth like that.
Gina's really putting her faith on you, Reno.
Yes, and to thank her, she'll have to face a charge of perjury once this trial's over. So I need to use the time we have now to get as much information out of her as possible.
It's time to really go for it. Press her on every statement.
I suppose I should.
Oh, and another thing.
What's that?
Oh.
Interesting.
Take a look at those two. Isn't it strange that they've been whispering to each other the whole time?
Yeah, that is strange. Looks as though they're having a secret discussion about something. I'm not sure I'm completely comfortable with that. Wonder if there's anything I can do about it. Yeah, I think there is. Yeah.
Hold it!
Yeah, you were hiding in the cabin. The storage compartment. Yeah, let's,
Excuse me.
Is there something you'd like to share with the court, Inspector Gregson and Mr. Graydon? Inspector! Mr. Graydon!
Oh, fuck. Whoa! Blimey, you're trying to give me a heart attack.
You have been whispering to each other for quite some time now. Tell us, what is the discussion about?
Discussion with this fella? Pull the other one, sunshine. Think I've got anything to talk about with this shady gent like this?
Y'all have not been hiding it.
We have eyeballs.
And I have nothing to say to this uncouth detective after he deprived me of that disc that was rightfully mine.
Y'all were either talking or making out over there, so like,
I hope it was making out.
which one? But they've clearly been talking the whole time I've been cross-examining Gina. It's as if they've been negotiating.
Oh. God. Sorry, I made a bad sound. I was fiddled with my ears and I made a bad sound. Or my glasses, I made a bad sound.
Oh no.
My teeth
They were
hurt now.
gossiping about Gina. Oh no.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss Lestrade. Thank you, Council. I've heard enough. I believe we now have reasonable understanding of what actually transpired on the omnibus.
It would appear on the night 2 months ago a negotiation was taking place on the omnibus. A negotiation concerning this disc. However, matters did not run smoothly. When the parties involved began to quarrel over a price, McGilded took what he wanted by force, at the expense of the other man's life.
Which proves my point. The disc is clearly extremely valuable in some way. Although, I don't understand why as of yet.
And 2 days ago, precisely 2 months after the omnibus incident, McGilda's coat and its contents were due to be forfeited.
I don't know what I should do with the ticket. I didn't know what I should do with the ticket. I mean, the Cove died right after his trial. I knew that.
So you decided you would try to claim the articles as your own.
Well, why not, eh? They were only gonna be forfeited. Why shouldn't I have gotten them? Anyway, you can't blame me for thinking about it. Thinking ain't no crime.
I mean, girl, you did actually take them.
Miss Lestrade, it would appear Mr. McGilded was prepared to kill in order to take possession of this disc. Do you know why that would be? I ain't got a clue. But I reckon it must be worth a bit of brass. He was probably gonna sell it. Probably got secrets. And you can't blame me for thinking that. Thinking it ain't no crime.
My lord! The evidence your lordship requested has been located and is ready for the court's inspection, sir!
Damn. Bailiff Elmo.
Bailiff Elmo has arrived or been involved in the trial more than ever before.
Yeah, damn.
The mysterious little box deposited by McGilded 2 months ago. There's no doubt in my mind that it's a key piece of There's no doubt in my mind that it's a key piece in this far-reaching puzzle. And we have hit our to be continued. Yay! And if I'm looking at the walkthrough correctly, our next part is the last part of this game. Of this first game. So yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah.
Yay! I still don't know where it's going, but yay!
It's cray.
So next stream is Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern, because somehow it is only Tuesday. Guess Wednesday now for us.
Only Tuesday.
You got any announcements, anyone?
Yes. So again, I don't know if what time zone it was, but today is the last day to purchase Dream Valentine live tickets at a discounted price, which is the concert that I'm going to be part of. Again, you can purchase live stream tickets, which that's for the people who are not able to attend in person. So head on over to @DreamStage Idol on Twitter for more information. Also, I just released a cover of Paradise from Skate the Infinity. So go over to my Twitter @Manabingu. I just tweeted it, and I hope you guys enjoy.
And I
I've had a
will retweet it too in a
collaboration.
second once I
Oh,
find
thank you.
it.
It's a collaboration between me and one of my singer friends, Black Rage Infinity. He is amazing. If y'all have not heard his covers, like get on that shit. He is really good. So yeah, this is like a dream collaboration. He's one of the people that I've looked up to as a singer like for years, and to just finally have a cover with him, it's just like, oh my god, dreams come true. So yeah, we worked very hard on this Skate the Infinity music video and song cover. So yeah, I'm excited to share this with everyone. So yeah,
Yay.
that's it for me.
It has now been retweeted. So,
Arika thanks.
obviously, go follow Mana if you don't already. But if my tweets are easier to find, I've retweeted it.
Yay.
Lemur, any announcements from you?
Nope.
Cool. All right. I don't have any announcements either. So we will be back on Thursday. Have a good night. Wash your hands, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and bye. Look at
Stay
there.
Bye.
sassy.
I'm
Bye.
behind you again.
Ah!